It's time for some trade ideas. Let's get into it. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, before we get into this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. All right, I've got two trade ideas I want to bring up. Let's go through both of them. Each of them are trades I think the Jazz should do, and I think they could do both of them if they get on the phones and make this happen. Here's the first one. All right, in this trade, the Jazz trade Svi Mykhailiuk to the Los Angeles Clippers, and they receive back Yannick Niederhauser. I'm not even sure how you say that. And they get a second-round pick as well from the Clippers. This is something that would immediately help the LA Clippers, who don't have their pick this year. They don't have any reason to try to be bad. All they have to do is try to be better, and this helps them immediately. Svi Mykhailiuk is shooting the ball at a impressive rate for the Utah Jazz, would immediately help that starting lineup or secondary units with some offense that they just desperately need. He also plays hard on the defensive end, so he's just an addition to that team that makes this trade very easy. Utah, in return, gets a young, tall prospect. Might not be anything, but it's something for the Utah Jazz, a young player and a second-round pick that the Utah Jazz could use down the road. All right, let's talk about the second trade the Jazz have to do, and this is my favorite one. All right, I want you to look this way. Look at this trade in all its glory. The Utah Jazz send Lauri Markkanen to the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, who have been without Trae Young recently because he has been injured, and they've been winning, and they look really good. They just look like they need that final piece to play next to Jalen Johnson. They get that piece. Lauri Markkanen, in his prime, under contract for the next 4 years, fits perfectly with what they're doing with size, length, and shooting. They become just an absolute potential contender in the East, maybe top 2, top 3 team, with Lauri Markkanen on the team, and all they have to give up is Trae Young, who they're not even playing. Now, they do have to give up one other thing to get Lauri Markkanen. That's giving the Jazz the New Orleans Pelicans first-round pick. That's what the Utah Jazz get out of this for Lauri Markkanen, who's averaging 30 points per game, and doubtedly, if that's how you say it, goes to Atlanta and will just absolutely open things up for that team. They get that second star next to Jalen Johnson, and they are rolling in Atlanta. Now, the Kings, who are in just an absolute tailspin, get Trae Young. A star guard that needs a new environment. They could give him a max contract. They could bring him in. He could be the focal point of that offense, and it would immediately make the Kings better. They don't have to give up their young prospects. They can keep them, but they get a point guard that can absolutely set all their players up to succeed. Now, it doesn't fix their defensive problems, but it 100% gives them an offensive identity that they need. They become a team that can win a lot of games like they haven't before, and all they're giving up is a player they probably aren't interested in keeping anyway in Zach LaVine, who goes to the Utah Jazz. Zach LaVine, who hasn't helped them win anything there. If anything, they've been worse since acquiring Zach LaVine. Now they replace him with Trae Young, and all they have to give up is their first-round pick in this draft. Now, Utah brings back Zach LaVine, who fits perfectly with Lauri Markkanen's contract. Utah gets 2 picks that are potentially in the top 10. And on top of that, by trading Markkanen to the Hawks, they also undoubtedly ensure themselves to keep their own pick. And if they trade Svi Mykhailiuk as well, then they ensure they keep the pick while not giving up any of their young assets. So you continue to run Keontae George with Ace Bailey, getting him tons of minutes. Let Keontae George just run the show and continue to grow. You then open up that starting unit for more players to start. Filipowski can start. Do you want to put in Isaiah Collier? Taylor Hendricks can now start. You can also start giving Walter Clayton Jr. minutes so he can finally play. He's been getting DNPs lately. It's something the Jazz need to do. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think. This is a home run. I love it, so I don't care what you say, but let me know anyways. I'll talk to you next time.